Thermal conduction is the name of the chapter. What is thermal conduction? It is the process of transfer of heat. There are three process or three modes of transfer of heat from one body to the another body. One is called conduction, the other one is convection, and the next one is radiation. I think you must have studied in the lower class. What type of method is conduction? Conduction is the method of transfer of heat from one molecule to the another molecule. That means from one end of the conductor to the another end of the conductor, which are in physical contact. For conduction, you must bring the body must be, molecules to molecules must be connected, and one molecule gets heated up and transfers the heat to the second another molecule, and so on. The process goes on. That is called conduction. What is convection? We say it is the method of transfer of heat due to actual departure of molecules. In conduction, molecules, they do not move, rather they only transfer the heat from one to another, like that, without actual movement of the molecules. Whereas in convection, the molecules depart. Departure of molecules takes place, or the movement of molecules takes place. Conduction takes place in all the three states, like solid, liquid, gases, but convection takes place only in the liquid and gases, not in solid convection. In solid, the molecules are so rigidly fixed that they cannot leave the solid surface. That when we boil water from the bottom, molecules at the bottom will get heated up, will become light, they will rise up, and colder molecules come and take place of that. So that means colder molecules come down and the lighter molecules go up. Hot molecules go up, cold molecules come down, like that. There is a circulation of current. This is called convectional current. I think you all know about that. A convectional current is set up. You have done in lower class, you have the idea, no? Conduction, convection, and radiation. What is radiation? Radiation is the method of transfer of heat from one body to another body without any medium. Medium is not needed now. Without any medium, heat is transferred. This process is called radiation. Radiation time, the heat travels with the speed equal to the speed of light. And radiation heat can even travel through vacuum. It has the same property as electromagnetic radiation, heat radiation. Sun's light is coming to the earth, and the heat also coming along with it. And the heat is traveling through the atmosphere, you know that, or the space where there is no medium, yet the heat comes to the earth. By what means does it come? We say by means of radiation. By means of radiation. So there are three modes of transfer of heat, but this chapter will mainly deal with conduction only conduction. That is end to end. Iron rod is heated from one end. You see, the heat is transferred from one end to the another end slowly. The entire iron rod gets heated up. That means this is what kind of transfer of, what kind of process is taking place? The answer is conduction. Conduction is taking place. From one end to the another end, the heat is transferred. Some by nature are good conductor of heat, some by nature bad conductor. You know, you have the idea about that. Usually metals are good conductor of heat. And wood, plastic, rubber, they are insulator of heat or they are bad conductor of heat. I think you have the idea of all that, okay? Do you have the idea? Good conductor of heat, bad conductor of heat. I should not, because these things you have done in the lower class also, isn't it? I'll do the main thing only here. Okay, ready? Have you done, or to give some idea? What do you say? During winter time, when we touch a iron rod, we feel cold. Why do we feel cold? Because iron is a good conductor of heat. When you touch it from your hand, the heat is transferred. Heat is conducted to the iron rod. And since your hand is losing it, so it's becoming cold. You feel it cold. These are easy questions. I think you all have the idea about it. Today I just do this one. Fourier's law. There is a law called Fourier's law of thermal conductivity. Thermal conductivity. Thermal conductivity. Fourier's law. Now this is all about, that we are measuring the conductivity. Conductivity will differ from one type of substance to the another type of substance. Some are good conductors, some are better conductors, some are best conductors, and some are poor conductor or some are bad conductor. So it depends upon the nature of the substance, nature of the material also.
Sir, are there
Conductivity, that is called
superconductors?
which
Sir,
one?
like in electric, sir, in electricity, we have
Yes, yes,
superconductors.
yes.
In heat, we have.
Yeah. Here we don't have what are superconductors. Superconductors are those whose resistance is zero, and they are superconductor for electricity. Electricity. But here it is
Sir, in
different. It is
heat, we don't
about
have.
heat conductor. Here we don't have.
Yes, sir.
So the super. Suppose we are taking a body. It says that we are having a material here like this, solid. Okay. Now we are supplying heat. Heat Q is supplied throughout. Q is the quantity of heat supplied to this metal. Then Fourier said the quantity of heat Q, this is called Q stands for quantity of heat. In class 10, I used to denote it by S, but now I'll be denoting it by Q, capital Q. Capital Q is the quantity of heat. Okay. The quantity of heat given to a solid or given to a material is found to be directly proportional to the area area of the face. Again, this Q is directly proportional to the temperature difference. I write a delta theta, temperature difference, delta theta. Suppose this end temperature is theta 1 and this end temperature is theta 2. Definitely heat flows from a point of higher temperature to a point of lower temperature. The temperature difference value will become theta 1 minus theta 2. It depends on the temperature difference also, theta. And it depends upon the thickness. Suppose thickness of this material, this is the thickness. Thickness of this material, that is diameter. Thickness of this material is x. So that's x. And it depends upon inversely proportional to x, and it depends upon the time of flow. Time of flow. Time of flow. That is quantity of heat given to a
Sir,
conductor.
sir, X is radius.
Yes. X is diameter here. You can say diameter or thickness of the metal, thickness.
Okay, sir.
Thickness. Thickness or diameter. You can write out here what are these things, where write down where A is equal to area, delta theta is temperature difference, X is thickness, and T is time of flow, time of heating the material. If you heat it for longer time, more quantity of heat. When the time is more, the more quantity of heat will be there. If you heat it for less time, time is less, then quantity of heat will be less. So combining all these factors, we have the formula. Please write down the formula. The formula will become like this. Q equal to, we write as K A delta theta T by X. That is inversely proportional, so I like this. You can write here where Here K is called conductivity. K is called conductivity. Conductivity of the material. Conductivity of the material of the substance. This is the formula of Q. What is K called? Conductivity. That is the power of conduction. Some are good conductor. If the value of K is high, we say it is a good conductor. When the value of K is low, we say it is poor conductor or less good conductor, we can say. So please write down this one. Q is equal to this formula, K delta theta by T. Here we find heat current. I love this. This is the formula, okay? Heat current means the rate of flow of it. Heat current is generated by H. This is Q upon P. The rate at which the heat flows from one end to the another end is generated. It's called heat current, and it is given by H. It is a kind of power. You can say the rate of extraction of heat or rate of supply of heat. You can say that. Rate of supply. Rate is divided by time. If I divide here Q by T, what answer will come here? If you make Q upon T the subject of formula, the answer will become Ka delta theta by T. T will not come by H because Q by T I have made the subject of formula. So this is the value of H. Okay? All right?
Yes, sir.
Now, what can be the SI unit of conductivity? What is the SI unit of K? Can you tell me what is the SI unit of K? SI unit of conductivity. SI unit of K. Conductivity will be what here? H means, power. Joule per second, that is watt. Here we can write watt, W. This is meter square and this is meter. So meter square cancel, you get only meter coming. Divide that watt per meter and temperature difference we write as per Kelvin. Either per Kelvin or per degree Celsius. But better we write per Kelvin. This is the unit. This one, though we can write like this also, or we can write K equal to unit. Watt means joule per second. Joule second. A minus 1, K minus 1. That we also you can write. Joule per second, per meter, per Kelvin. That we can write. So either of the way we can express it.
Sir, I didn't understand how you. So I didn't understand
Which
how you
one?
got the formula. Sir, how you got the SI unit?
SI unit. Okay. Once again, fine. What is the SI unit of H?
Joule. Yes, sir.
What is H actually? Joule per second, no?
Yes, sir. Joule per.
That is it's a kind of power. What is the SI unit of power?
Sir, same. Sir.
Either joule per second or watt.
Yes,
Isn't it? So I like W first, watt. For H I am writing W. Watt we can write or joule per second.
Sir, and then we need to take the area also.
Area unit is what? Meter square, no? And unit of X is what? Meter cancels, no?
Yes, sir. Understood.
This meter will come down, or K is the subject, meter will come down, that's it per meter. And temperature difference. What is the SI unit of temperature? Kelvin.
Yes,
The difference of temperature will also be Kelvin. So that way it comes.
Yes, sir.
You can write W per meter per Kelvin or Joule per second per meter per Kelvin. So any one way you can express. Okay? Understood? The main formula is this one. Q is equal to K delta theta by T by S, or Q by T becomes H. The formula of H. In the formula of H, T will not come. Okay. This chapter, the theory part, only this much you have to learn. And the heat flows from which point to which point? From hotter end to the colder end. From hotter end to the colder end. Isn't it? Yes or no? That means from a point of high temperature to a point of low temperature.
Low temperature. Yes, sir.
Yes. What is a composite slab? Composite block. Composite block will be combination of two metals or two blocks together. Like one block here, one block here. Just have an idea only. This one is having conductivity K1. This is having conductivity K2. Temperature of this end is theta1. Temperature of this end is theta2. Temperature of this end will be theta3. When you supply heat, what happens? The heat will be transferred at the same rate. The heat of flow will be the same. Okay. The whole thing is called composite block or the combined block. Combined block or composite block. So heat will be the same. Heat here and heat here will be the same. Heat formula we have just now. What formula do we have here? Just check. What formula do we have? Heat H. What is the formula of H? H is constant. H will be same here. H will be same here in both. Rate of flow of heat will be the same because they are in contact. What is the formula of H? Just now I gave you the formula. What is the formula? Tell me. K A delta theta by X is equal to, I write the same thing, K A delta theta by, this is X1, this is X2. I write A1, A2, K1, K2, theta1, theta2. I will write like this. And I will find the value now. One thing may be unknown and all. They will give conductivity of this metal, this much, conductivity this much, and then we'll do. What is the value of delta theta1? The value will come theta1 minus theta2. This minus this minus this. Other side will come this minus this minus this. And now, if the thickness of this metal is same, these two will cancel. If area is same, that also will cancel, and accordingly will work for. Okay? Yes.
Sir, it balanced itself. The temperature will be balanced by itself.
Heat conduction will take place, flow of heat takes place till both the body reach at constant temperature.
Yes, sir.
And that means somewhere is there, theta2. The temperature of these two combined temperature is theta2 till they reach a constant temperature, theta2.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the idea about it. So now we will be doing some numericals. Some numericals we will do now. Okay, see example 27-1. Okay. Main thing is just to know the formula. Heat formula, LPU formula, then problems will be easy only. Question says a long example 27-1 of page number 464. A long rod insulated to prevent heat losses has one end immersed in a steam bath and the other end in a water ice mixture. Okay, one thing I'll tell you, the rate of supply of heat or H value will be constant only when the surrounding medium is insulated medium. It's not absorbing any heat or is absorbing negligible amount of heat. If the surrounding medium is absorbing heat, then what will happen? The rate of heat transfer will not be the same throughout. That assumption we always have. In class 10 also you should learn the principle of calorimetry. We should say heat loss is equal to heat gain when no heat is taken up by the surrounding or when the medium is insulated. In insulated medium only the principle of calorimetry is valid or applicable. Insulated medium. Here also the same thing. Question say a long rod insulated. It's already mentioned insulated. It has to be that only. One end is steam bath and the other end in water mixture like this. There is a long rod is there One side is steam temperature is what 100 degrees Celsius, other side ice water mixture that is 0 degrees Celsius. And the other end is white. If the length of the rod is 20 centimeters, this length is 20 centimeters. And its area of cross section is 1 centimeter. Area is given 1 centimeter square. Okay. What we have to find? K value is also given. The value of K is given. Conductivity value is given 385. Unit is same, joule per second per meter per Kelvin. Okay. Find first part, the steady state temperature gradient. First part, temperature gradient. Okay, temperature gradient. I did not tell you, but I'll tell you. Temperature gradient. Temperature gradient means delta theta by x thickness. This ratio is called temperature gradient or the slope of the temperature. Delta theta by x. This x and this L is same. So delta theta value, temperature difference of 100 minus 0 or final. You like final temperature minus initial temperature. This is theta 1, this is theta 2. Final minus initial, I like as 0 minus 100. X is the approx. This is the thickness of the end. No, from this end to this end. What is the thickness? That is equal to L. So that at 20 centimeters, which you can change in meters, this will be 0.20 meters. And now your answer. Your answer will come minus 500 degrees Celsius per meter. Degree Celsius per meter, or you can write Kelvin per meter. This is the first answer. Second part, heat current in the rod. Heat current denoted by H. What is the formula of H? Please see the formula of H. The formula of H goes on like this: Ka and then delta theta by x. So K, what is the value of K out here? 385. What is area? Area is given 1 centimeter square, which is in meter square. 1 into 10 to the minus 4. Centimeter to meter, you do 10 to the minus 2, and there is a square, it becomes 10 to the minus 4. Into temperature, delta theta by x value I take as a whole. Delta theta by x. Delta theta by x value we already have here, this much. Minus 500. Okay. Now we will find the answer. So this minus sign, because H is the quantity of heat current, or it should not be negative. So I just take the temperature difference 500 only. Only in magnitude we calculate. But while calculating temperature gradient, no, we will be writing a minus sign. Minus sign tells you that the heat flows from high temperature to low temperature. That is the only meaning of this. Now we'll calculate the value of delta theta by x as a whole and putting 500 here with a positive sign. So will come 19.25. 19.25. Unit of heat we can add watt, or we can add joule per second. Joule per second or watt. We can add this. Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sorry, you replaced
yeah.
delta. Sorry, you replaced delta theta by x there. With
Delta theta by x value as a whole I am putting. Yes, you are right. Delta theta by x value as a whole I will put 500. If
yes,
you want,
sir,
you can put it
the sign.
separately. No,
No,
heat current is the. No, we are not taking. We are just calculating magnitude. Here also,
yes,
you may not put the sign. Minus sign only tells you that the heat transfer from high to low.
Yes, sir.
That's a differential temperature. How do we find? Final temperature minus the initial temperature. No. Initial temperature is 100, final is 0. So temperature difference will come negative. Difference actually means bigger minus, whichever is bigger minus is smaller. But here 0 minus sign tells you that the heat flows from a point of higher temperature to a point of lower temperature. That is the only meaning of negative sign here. You may write negative sign or you may not write. It's all the same. Okay? Understood? So for the time being, we do this much. Huh? All right. Now,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
that 1 minute, 1 minute.